They are, this coming week, going to be skating. They've been doing their finale, their 50th anniversary tour, and it's all ending this week in Nottingham, at the arena there, on the ice in Nottingham. And next Saturday, it will be their final ever skating performance together. I'm delighted to say we can chat this morning to Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean. How, I guess you're being asked this a lot at the minute, and I'm sorry, but I need to know, how are you feeling with, just a week to go now?
I think it's a mixture of, we're excited to be doing our last performances in Nottingham, but, obviously it will be emotional, but we're not feeling that yet because we're not quite there yet. we still want to be able to, give a good performance.
Yeah, no, we definitely, as each show goes by, it's closer to that last show. And I think we're putting it all behind us until we get to that last show. And then I think it will be very emotional. Certainly at the end, we generally say a thank you to the audience and to everybody on the crew. But I think it will be a final goodbye. And so I think there may be some lumps in throats.
There will definitely be, and a few tears as well, I'm sure, definitely amongst the fans and amongst the crowd there in Nottingham. I mean, it was a year ago when you announced you were doing the farewell tour, and I can't believe here we are, and it's almost upon us now. That year has flashed by, but the whole career for you must have felt like it was yesterday.
We have a line that we tend to use that, can you remember when we were skating in the Nottingham Ice Stadium, and in the blink of an eye, here we are doing our Last Dance tour, and it absolutely is a blink of an eye. I mean, when we think about it, and when we go down that route of looking at all our past routines and where we've been, and it's quite a body of work, but suddenly when you're here, it just seems like yesterday.
I mean, it was 1975, wasn't it, when Janet Sawbridge both sort of put you two together? That's right, isn't it,
Yeah.
there in Nottingham?
Yes, she did, because Chris's previous partner left to go to London, and I'd been skating by myself for a while. My partner had also left, and I guess she saw us both skating and thought actually it might work together. I was just excited to have a partner again and didn't know where it was going to go. And the famous story is that she kept saying to us, so are you going to skate together now, like after a week? Are you okay? You want to be a partnership? And we were too scared. We were being superstitious. We didn't want to jinx it. So we said, we'll let you know next week. And it went on and on until, we stopped saying that we would form a partnership. So we never have we, Chris?
You've never actually formed a partnership,
to be asked. Still waiting to be asked.
You couldn't have dreamt where this took you, this partnership.
No, we never really planned anything. That we just worked hard from one event to the next event, and the harder we worked, the progress and moved forward. That the successes started coming, and we went from skating local competitions to being the British champions, and then going to internationals, winning internationals, and then the European Championships and the World Championships, and finally the Olympics. And it all it was never a long-term game plan. It was one thing to the next. And to be honest, that's how our professional career's gone as well, that we wouldn't have known about dancing on ice coming into our lives, because to be honest, dancing on ice is the one thing that's kept us together over all the years, because we were quietly retiring in 1998, and then ITV, we had a call from them, and they talked about this show that we thought, oh, well, it sounds a good idea, but it'll only last for a year, but we'll give it a go. And there we were, 17 series down, and that's what's really kept us skating and given us a second lease of life.
Well, I'm so glad they came along when they did. We're chatting this morning to Torvill and Dean. We'll chat a bit more because I think, Chris, you were going to be a policeman at once. Anyway, we'll chat about it in a minute.
The Hidden Past.
When President Kennedy landed.
In their last skate together happening next Saturday night in their home city in Nottingham, so just a week to go. There's a chance that there are a few tickets still available this coming week if you want to travel to Nottingham and see Torvill and Dean on the ice for the final time. I mean, I mentioned before Alex Warren there, Christopher, that it could have been so very different, because I think you did want to be a police officer, didn't you?
Yeah, no, when I left school, I left school at 15 and a half and became a police cadet. And then from a police cadet to a full-blown policeman on the streets of Nottingham. So
Wow.
Nottingham really is hometown, it's very close to our hearts. And Jane worked in the city centre and I worked the streets around the city centre. So it's really coming home.
Definitely. I don't know if you have any memories. Obviously, we're in Lincolnshire. Did you used to go to Skegness or anything for holidays or day trips out from
Of
Nottingham?
course, yes.
I remember,
Skegness.
yeah, Skegness. We used to go to a place called Mablethorpe.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my parents went there quite often. And the odd time we went to Skegness, but more times I remember we went to Mablethorpe.
No, we were skeggy people.
Right.
Well, it's sadly no ice rink there, but still the beautiful beaches and ice creams, they're still there. So maybe after you've skated for the last time, you could always, go back to the coast, relive.
Yeah, no, reminiscing's part of retirement as well, I think. So I think that most probably will be in my future.
And the tour itself, how's it been going? You've only just got back from Australia, Jane.
Yes, it's been going really well. I mean, our first leg in the UK was quite long. It was I can't remember how many shows there were, but there were a lot. And then having the chance to go to Australia, because Australia was actually the first place that we went to perform as professionals. We were invited down there by a promoter, and we were initially going to be doing like 12 shows or something. And then they just kept adding more and more shows because it was very popular. And we were there right after winning the Olympics. So the Australians kind of took us to their hearts because we were there after such a big event that they'd watched on television. And yeah, we ended up staying for like 3 months or so down there initially.
You make it look so easy. We see you on the ice. I think you've said on Dancing on Ice once or twice that none of us are getting any younger. So I imagine is it aching doing all of this now, touring?
It certainly is not any easier.
It's creaking now.
As you get older, it gets harder for sure, and that you have to be stay in shape and just as disciplined as you were when we were younger, but only more so, in what you eat and staying fit and looking after your body.
For me, I try and eat as much protein as I can because that's good for you and not too many sugary things.
Well, I don't know what the plan will be when you've retired, maybe. I'm sure you want to still keep yourself fit. I mean, do you have any plans for after, when this is all over? What do you want to do? Because I get the feeling neither of you want to just sit on the sofa and watch telly all the time.
No.
No, I think we'll still be doing sort of things together. It just won't be performing on the ice. But I sort of tongue-in-cheek say I'm going to start beekeeping, but maybe there's more to that than tongue-in-cheek. Maybe it's something that I would like to do.
There's an idea. We could get the Torvill and Dean honey in jars.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, I've just come. Yeah, I want commission for that. Right, so if you start selling them, well, listen, it's going to be very emotional. You've got a final week coming up in Nottingham. I bet you're going to love being back in Nottingham, and then that final performance. And just thank you for so much joy you've brought many, many, many thousands, if not millions, of people over the years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The brilliant Torvill and Dean, the last ever skate together. Next Saturday night in Nottingham. Tickets still available though. They're in Nottingham all this coming week. If you fancy seeing them, still chance.